Welcome back to episode 2 of our 1980 Viscount Caravan Reno, sponsored by our friends over at iTech World. On this week's episode, we run you through our plans and get a start on the reno, removing all old upholstery and appliances, tackling the years of dust and dirt, and repairing any damage in the van. All right,
we're back.
We're back with the van.
Yay!
So, welcome to our new project.
A project with a tight time frame.
Yeah, so we've got we'll probably be over a month to turn this caravan into something that is off-grid and off-road capable.
Yep.
Something for our Aussie travels. We were shopping around for a caravan, looking for something that we could tow behind our Land Cruiser.
Nothing new suited that, I don't think. And we love character, so
yeah,
we've gone with the vintage caravan.
And we always love the idea of renovating a vintage Viscount. It's just something that we've always said that we would do at some point in our future. I guess it's happened earlier than we thought. The renovation series is just going to be us turning this into
a new home.
A new home.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got some exciting things planned.
Yeah, another reason to go with the older van and renovating it is just so much better for the budget.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, off-road vans now are crazy prices. So, you know, we want to show you that you don't have to buy that $90,000 van. You can buy something like this, which was $6,500, and then, you know, we're going to put money into it, but do it in a really cost-effective way. Just so we can show you that it is possible. It's just a little bit of DIY, maybe a lot of hard work, but it can be done.
Well, day one, let's do it.
We were thinking we'll give like a bit of a run through of what we're going to be doing with this renovation, just to give you guys an insight of kind of what this series is going to be all about. I think it's going to be a pretty exciting one. We are keen to get started.
Excited, busy.
Yeah, but we'll start with the outside, because I think that's kind of what we'll pretty much be getting started with like in the coming week. So Luke will give you a bit of a run through.
Yeah, so first thing we'll be attacking is we're going to get new suspension, axle, new rims and wheels, and extending the drawbar. As you can see, it's like so close to the car, so we need to extend that a little bit so we can fit a toolbox up there. What else for the outside? All the roof will come off. We've got to sort that out. There's a leak up there somewhere. New skirt and lifters. And with the outside in general, we're going to give it a coat of paint. Pick a new colour. So.
There's all the little things like windows have to come out, reseal.
Yeah. There's a lot on.
We're always like, this is going to be easy, and then the jobs, they just keep on going.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's basically, this caravan's got good bones. The interior is great, which is what we're looking for a while. So yeah, it's just utilising kind of what we've got and giving it that upgrade.
And one of the best features we're putting in is coming from iTech World. It's going to be a complete off-grid 12-volt system.
Yes.
Which
no gas. So we've never not had gas.
Eliminate the gas. So this is going to be a powerful system.
Yeah.
And I'm super excited about that.
Yeah, we are very excited. It's actually, we will touch on it when we get to the electrical episode, but we actually have a special package going into here, and it will be the As We Wander package. So that's also pretty exciting. All right, we're going to go jump inside. Welcome to the inside. Like we said, really good bones. This layout was originally what I really wanted. We had a few things. We wanted kind of like a 16-foot caravan, and we were hoping for this layout where it does have the bunk bed that goes here. We're going to take it out for now because we've only got OC. So we've got bed for OC, lounge, double bed at the back, and the kitchen running along here. So it's pretty much exactly what we were looking for with like the Viscount layout. So there are a few different options. But basically the reason we wanted this layout is because we aren't changing the layout at all. We're just pretty much giving it a paint. So we're going to keep all original cabinetry and just do a really good renovation paint. So we're going to be going with White Knight for this build. So yeah, imagine white cupboards, nice dark timber bench tops, same with like the I can't think of what this is called. Dining table?
Yeah.
Dining table will match the bench tops. Yeah, we're thinking like a brown upholstery. We still want to have it kind of retro looking, like an ode to the 80s, because it is a 1980s model. So we want to go obviously modern with the white paint, but we want to try to have as much like nice rich browns in here as possible. What else? Yeah, that's floor staying. That was the other thing. So the floor was a non-negotiable. So all, like, if you've watched the first video, I don't know if we showed it in that much detail, but literally every caravan we looked at, I was like looking under the flooring to make sure the original floor was there. Some of them had were ripped up. Some people didn't know, and they're like, kind of like, why do you want that? I love it. I think it's so cool, and that's what will keep the retro vibe in here as well. But yeah, I won't say too much more about the interior because I guess we want it to be a bit of a surprise when we do the reveal. But yeah, that's what we're vibing. Over here though, this bed.
Yeah, so
it's not okay.
not okay. So back in the day, they never utilised like storage under here, so I will rebuild the bed.
Yeah.
So it can lift up.
I think we'll have it a bit higher as well.
Yeah.
Because the plan is to probably have a toilet that will slide out from under the bed as well. But yeah, we are going to keep it as a double. That's a caravan double size. We'll go a double, which does go straight into this. It is a little bit tight with the wardrobe, but I think it will be fine. If we have to kind of cut into our mattress a little bit, I think we'll just do that, just to have a full double in here. But yeah, it's going to be fun. This kitchen, I feel like we'll probably have one of the biggest changes because we're taking this out. We did definitely think about, well, I thought about keeping it because I was like, oh my God, it's an oven. We can bake things. And I was just so excited. But yeah, it's going because we're going induction. But so there'll be a nice big bench space, sink here. Oh, new fridge, because again, I'd love to keep the original, but it's a three-way, so not very efficient, and it's also an old three-way, so really not efficient. But yeah, we got a job ahead of us.
We do. We've got to replace all this roof.
Yeah,
as you can see, there's some water damage down there.
Yeah.
And then also in the corner, we got a little bit of mold down here, so that sucks. And I think there's a leak over here somewhere, so
yeah, we've got a bit on.
A little bit.
But yeah, so this is our first day getting stuck into it. So I think the game plan for today will be probably ripping that bed out, figuring out how we're going to do the bed frame, and yeah, I don't know. I mean, we could take the cushions out. We could take the cupboard doors off and get ready. I think this cabinet we're actually going to take out in general. So yeah, I think today's just going to be all about prepping, I guess, to get started. We've got a few days to kind of get that done. So let's get into it. It's also really friggin' hot up here. It's actually, there's the most beautiful breeze in here now, but we are up in Mackay and it is so humid and hot. So we are both sweaty messes and it makes it a lot harder to try to get all this stuff done, but I reckon we'll be fine. Let's get started.
So another bonus with this van that we bought is it also came with a pretty cool looking annex. So that was one of our main sale points as well. I've never set this annex up, let alone an annex like this. So I'm not too sure what I'm going to do or how long it's going to take me, but I'm about to find out. Van 1, Luke 0. Now we're going to take this with 2 people. So. We've got the roof kind of happening. It looks a little bit sad, but
I don't know if that video would have shown how unpro we were.
It was pretty hard to work out.
It was.
But I think, yeah, there's something going on in the middle there. I'll have to sort that out. But now, I'm just going to slip on the awning walls and see what it looks like.
Ooh,
What do you reckon? You going to help? You going to help? You going to peg all the pegs in? Awning is mostly up. We've got a couple of more ropes and stuff that you can put on there for windy days and whatnot. So, yeah, it's a pretty cool awning. I like it. One of the main things I wanted to check was if there was enough length on the bottom of the awning walls, because we're going to end up lifting the caravan a little bit with the chassis work we're going to do. And by the looks of it, there's heaps, so I'm stoked with that. But in regards to having the awning, like most of the time I guess we'll just have the roof up for good shade and then just put the walls on when we're set up for long periods of time. So, what do you guys think? Good play area?
So good. It's so good, like it's spitting right now, but like you still feel like you're outdoors because the windows are so nice and big. Hey Bubba, you're playing with a croc.
Look out for that croc.
But yeah, it's so good. Good morning. It's a good day to have a good day.
Day 2. So we've set up the shed area, cleaned it all out, so we got somewhere in the shade to work.
So much shade, it's cool under here, so.
Yeah, it was so hot yesterday.
Bloody goals.
So today we should be able to get into the defit. We were meant to start yesterday.
But the annex ended up taking up our whole afternoon.
Yeah, and just warming out. I just sweated so much. But yeah.
Got this little helper here that seems to be obsessed with grass at the moment. You can't eat the grass, OC. It's not for eating. She's a pretty good helper though, hey?
Excuse me, apprentice. Can you clear out the van for me, please?
Gets messy pretty quick. So I can game plan, get the upholstery and cushions out. Take cupboard doors off.
Sounds like good jobs for you.
Rip that bed out.
I'll take the bed out, pull the fridge out, remove all the gas lines.
Yeah. So pretty much removing anything we're not planning on keeping. So we took the table out and there's little like black marks here, but I reckon it might just be dirt. Maybe, if we're lucky.
So all of this vinyl under here is all buggered. And then I'll take this whole curved sheet off down there because
you see
it
the
might have
mold
mold behind it.
Yeah. OC, no darling, don't eat that one. Yeah, no. I don't think Ghost wants to eat it either. Another day.
Another
$1. Not really. Another $1 missing.
Yeah. It wasn't too bad under here, so just gonna clean all this out and resheet it.
It does smell. I think I was thinking this morning, it's probably the canvas that smells, so hopefully once that's changed, it's not gonna stink like a 40-year-old van.
Yeah, so
It's that very damp smell.
we'll get into that, get into the cleaning, and then we'll see what it looks like.
Hey.
Fine.
You know what's making me laugh is in our bus field we had 2 dogs fighting in the background and now we've got dogs fighting again.
A little trick of the trade is if you need to replace something, never throw that piece out, because you can just use it as a template. No measuring, no stuff ups, just trimmed out, clean. I can dock it and fit it. Alright, that was a little bit harder than anticipated, but we're in, I think. Oh no, we're not. It's not in properly. Fuck. So I'm going to run Jess and you guys through what I think should happen and where I want to put things. Jess might disagree, but we're about to find out. So with the bed, we want it lift up. So we've got all the storage under here. And toilet is going to be in a cabinet. Basically comes in here so we can slide it out and use it. Then all the rest is just going to be general storage. But one main thing that we need to sort out is this cabinet here is too close to this wall for our bed to fit. We want a normal size double, not a caravan size double. And it's only 40mm. So I've got 2 options here. I can either just cut this cabinet down 40mm and then finish all up so it looks good. Or over here we have a very pointless 40mm guard.
Oh.
So I could...
That's going to be a big job.
It is going to be a big job, but is it going to be so much better? Just shifting all of this that way. That is another option there. Something that worked out perfectly for once, which I'm stoked for because I wanted to put the batteries here, is batteries in this cabinet.
Oh, they will fit.
They will fit. So I just checked, and the measurement, because this cabinet runs down on an angle, because that was what they wanted back in the day, it left us with exactly 348mm. And the 2 batteries next to each other are 346mm.
Oh my god, how's that?
So
that's so good.
So good. And then 440 long, so they're going to come to here.
Awesome.
So then I can fit some chargers and all that. And then I'll run a cable from the batteries back to here, and the inverter will be mounted on this wall.
Awesome.
So I think that's all I wanted to run you through on it. We'll swap sides, swap ends. In this corner here is going to be another cabinet. So this is like the full bed length. Like I could lay down on there, but it's going to be Osie's bed, so she doesn't need that much room. So I'm going to bring a cabinet out at 350mm and then build that up here. We'll have a coffee machine and stuff on the bench top. So that should work out. What do you reckon of this kitchen situation?
Okay, my only concern is if we undo it all and move it across, is that kitchen going to survive that move? Like, are half of those just going to fall apart? I don't know.
Yeah, so you can see here with this cabinet, what they've done is they've fixed everything in from the back and then put the outside cladding on. So pulling all of this apart is going to be tedious and maybe damage some of the cabinetry, but it's nothing I can't fix. I'm going to build the cabinetry for the bed. So what I'm going to use for this is 12mm ply, mainly because I want it to be a cabinet. So there's no point using studs or making frames or anything like that. Sole purpose is maximize storage. So what I think I'll do is I'll build a support across here, and then it'll have to, from this point onwards, I can't put any weight down here, and there's not much in here. So this support has to be able to reach across here. And then from those, I'm going to run divider down the middle, 2 of them, one there and one there. And that'll give me my storage spaces. Just go build all that and we'll see how it turns out. Pretty sure it'll be structurally strong enough for us to sleep on. And it'll maximize our storage. So these are the bed ends. These are going to be like the main load supports that carry out over the curb. And I've cut all these holes in there just so it's a bit wider. You can kind of get a picture of what I'm doing here. This is where the bed base will hinge up from. These are the dividers. This is all our storage in here. I can't go any further on this side until I make a decision on this kitchen. So I think I'm just going to move it. I'm just going to do it. There's no point fluffing around about it, just get it done there. One thing they did do back in the day is build it all really light. So there's a lot of, I mean, I damaged some of it, but this sheet is a little bit damaged anyway, so I think it's got something to do with this makeshift little wheel arch, and I think when you drive, when it's wet, the water's just flying up in here, and it's delaminated this, but it could also be a leak coming in from the outside of the J-rails here, so lots of possibilities, but anyway, I'll replace this and refit the kitchen. Oh, a hole.
Snoozing on the job.
Bed, cabinet is built. It's not very comfy though, I don't think we'll get much sleep here.
Ha! Good joke.
Look.
Show us how it goes.
Alright, so
Give us a rundown.
in here there'll be like a slide out section. And then under here, this is gas strutted. Helps
Gives
lift.
some extra storage.
Heaps of storage. Found a little bit more water damage to the panels. Mainly like because the panels are getting wet, the glue is dissolving, and then the sheets between the ply are just separating. It's not too bad. This is just years and years of the water getting through the vent for the fridge, and it's just delaminated all this section. It's only from like here down across here, but there was also, looks like there must have been a leak somewhere around here, maybe in through this window. or in through the J rail outside here. Let's just cause that. But all up here is fine. It's just this one section. It's quite soft. Yeah, so I'm just going to try and maybe just first I'll draw a line across here and just cut this section out. See if I can replace that without taking this whole sheet down. And then, yeah, this one here is a little bit the same, but only back to about here. So if we cut that out, yeah, I'm not sure yet. But I'll start with this corner and see how I go. There's a bigger job than I thought it was to replace this panel. So to get this moulding off, I had to take the window out and then take this off so I can get the panel out. So everything is just blows out. Becomes a much bigger job than what you thought it was going to be. To try and keep this in good condition so I could just use it as a template, but it was quite difficult to get out. I didn't want to pull this cabinet out, so I trimmed it up along here, and then same with up and behind here. It's pop riveted in that way in behind there, so just had to go with that. I was able to use that sheet as a template. It's good enough. I kind of just had to hold it together. And with the windows, I'm just going to install the sheet and then get the trimmer and just trim the windows out once it's in there, so I don't have to try and line them up too. Yeah, this is going to be fun fitting this one though. I've got to try and fit it in all those angles, tuck this top section up in behind the aluminium. Because I couldn't tuck this in behind back where it was, I'd probably just put some little trims around here just to cover all that gap up. Out how to make this kitchen work. What I've done is I've put a whole back panel on there. It never had one before, so that's really strengthened it up. Also chucked a bit of like a 12mm brace in here. This is where the wheel arch will go. And as far as like doors go, because this is where the oven was, I'm just going to make it another cupboard. So I think I'll put like a door that comes down, or maybe I'll make it a drawer, I'm not sure yet. So this will be one big one. And then over here, this used to be like a tissue box thing, but I'm just gonna like take this brace out, cut all of that out, and then make it one big drawer. I think this used to be here because the sink was here, but now we're putting the sink down here. I can utilise all this space up here, so I'm going to turn this into a big drawer. This is still fridge space, and these will remain the same. And this used to be a flip out cupboard thing, which is pretty pointless, so I'll make this one a drawer as well. Also, I'm probably, because this is also damaged, I'm going to put a whole new face piece on there, and then I'll just trim out the holes again, and that should work.
The kitchen is back. Yay!
We were talking about, we were just changing the whole kitchen and making it new, but then I started thinking we could have just bought a cheaper van if we we're going to do stuff like that. We looked for a good one that was still usable, so we didn't have to spend that sort of money on extra kitchen stuff. So this is going to stick with plan number one.
Bye-bye tissue box holder.
Nobody's crying here.
Imagine building a van and designing it and being like, you know what this van needs? A tissue holder. What were people thinking in the 80s?
That's the end of this video. Thank you for watching. If you made it all the way to the end, you're absolute legends. It does support us a lot, and you can give us extra support by liking and subscribing. That would mean heaps to us, and it means you won't miss out on any other videos.
Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to join us on the next episode as we upgrade the caravan for off-road adventures.